everybody, this is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective, and this is episode number 32. I'm climbing up on the ranks, and it's all thanks to you guys because you guys are watching the videos and the podcast, and I appreciate it. Today's a special episode because I don't have a vendor today. I have two wonderful real estate agents. So, and unbeknownst to me, they are both from the same brokerage. So, woohoo! And they're both really, really nervous. So check them out. I always start off the podcast by telling everybody that I couldn't do this if it wasn't for Jennifer Spanisj, the area vice president, Caitlin Korner, Devin, the escrow officers here in Sugar Land, and Wendy Santana and Adriana Alzate in the Richmond office. And if you're watching this and you're a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Bend County area, I'd love to have you as a guest on the podcast. Give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. So let's get started with episode number 32 of Kevin's Corner. So most of the people in my world know who this is. This is Sandra Cruz.
Hi.
She is a very in-demand real estate agent that uses us a lot in the Richmond office. With Wendy, but she is with Walzel Properties, correct?
Correct.
So say hi to everybody, Sandra.
Hi.
So Sandra is a real estate agent. Tell everybody who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Sandra Cruz. I'm a realtor in the Houston and surrounding areas, specifically in Fort Bend County, Richmond, Katy, Fulshire, Needville, Rosenberg area. I've been an agent for almost 8 years. It'll be 8 years in January, and I'm really enjoying it. I come from a background of education, so I was a teacher for about 13 years.
I find that a lot of teachers can become very good, successful real estate agents.
I have found that too. A lot of the people.
You're one of them.
I am. Thanks. Yes. So I transitioned in 2020 as a full-time agent, and I've been doing it, and I enjoy it. I've listed several homes. I also do leases. I'm a buyer's agent as well. And I am also a bilingual realtor, so I can help anybody that, only speaks Spanish or do both.
Prove it. Say something in Spanish.
Oh, me vas a dejar hablar en español.
Shut me up. Shut me up fast, didn't she? So why did you become a real estate agent?
Well, at the time in 2020, as we all know, COVID hit. It was a very difficult time for everybody. I had just had a baby, and things were getting complicated with the babysitter, and she was born with this illness where we were a little scared that, if she got COVID, it could be very serious for her. So that's when my husband and I decided, it was best for me to just be home with her and still be able to do my real estate business on the side. And little by little, it started picking up, and now, I'm doing real estate full time.
Yep, and she does a great job. What's your favorite part about being a realtor?
I enjoy that every day is different because you work with different types of people, different walks of life. I could be in Katy in the morning and maybe in Needville in the evening. So it's a very different environment every single day. And I've gotten to meet a lot of interesting people.
What is I know you said you do leases, buys, and sales, but what's your favorite? What would you prefer to do?
Honestly, I like buyers because I see them at closing and how happy they are to get their home, especially first-time home buyers. It's just so awesome to be able to help them get, their very first property.
And if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I would like to buy a home. I'd like to be a first-time home buyer, but I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I have the credit for it or whatever. Do you have a system to where you help people become first-time home buyers?
Yes. So I have a lot of great lenders that help me even when they're not ready, even when they have to work on, financially save. They give them tips on how to save, or they might not be ready with, they don't have any credit history. So we also help them, obtain credit history. So, they're able to purchase.
They're able to purchase, right. So what do you think about the market today? Honestly, what not from your own business perspective, but in general, the real estate industry as a whole right now?
Well, it's definitely changing. The past few days, I've been speaking to some lenders, and the interest rate is actually going back down. So we're hoping this 2024 is going to be a lot better than, this year was for a lot of buyers. And we're hoping to see the rates come a little lower. We're already in the sixes, so.
Right. Do you think that the rates coming down is going to be enough, or do home values also have to come down too?
In Texas, all the experts are saying that home values are not going to change drastically. But just, if we drop down to the 5s and potentially even 4s in the future, that's going to help home buyers quite a bit with their monthly payment.
Well, of course it will. If you're a seller, elevated home price is great. If you're a buyer, elevated home price is not great. But do you foresee the prices of homes going up anymore or stabilizing?
I think they're stabilizing, and the market right now is still a little bit more negotiable than it was in the past.
Right now, a lot of homes, at least the agents that I know, they have listings, but they can't sell them.
Yeah,
one's buying them.
that's right. But we're hoping, as the rates come down, people are going to start being able to afford them again. So that's what we're hoping for 2024.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about marketing. What is it that you do to generate leads for yourself?
Well, when I started my business, I really focused on my sphere of influence, because that's where most agents begin, where you have, your friends, your family, people that you know. That's, the bottom line. And from there, you can expand. I've done flyers. I've done events. I've also become involved a lot in my community through the HOA. So people get to know me.
What is that?
The HOA?
No. What is that activity called?
What do you mean? What is that activity called?
It's called farming.
Oh, farming. Yes. So I do a lot of farming.
You don't know that.
Well, I thought you were talking specifically about,
No, I understand.
the HOA activities that I do.
I help her with some of this stuff.
Yes. I've been coming to a lot of his marketing classes. I've learned a lot. And that's how I began, marketing a lot more in my area. And people have gotten to know me more.
Exactly. And people do business with people in this industry that they know, like, and trust. They can't know, like, and trust you if they don't see you, if you're not out there.
Exactly.
So what are some of the things that you're going to do in 2024, marketing-wise, that you're not already doing?
In 2024, I really want to focus on video marketing. I think, video marketing, that is where, you can expand your audience. And that's where, they might know you locally in Richmond, Rosenberg, but that'll expand you throughout the Houston area.
So what's the number one way to market anything today?
Video.
Good job. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what's the number one search engine on the planet?
YouTube.
No, number one.
Number one search engine, Google.
Yes. What's the number two?
Search engine? Oh, our website?
YouTube.
Yes, YouTube. Okay.
Who owns YouTube?
Google.
There you go. So if you want to market yourself and you want to be online, guess where you got to be? Google.
You need to be in both.
Exactly. So I'm very happy to hear you say that. That's exactly a great place to start. Do you have a YouTube channel yet?
Not yet. And, this is the first kind of like feel of that's the reason I came to this podcast, to kind of get started with my video, and I do need to get started with my YouTube channel.
So what kind of things are you going to do on video for your marketing?
Well, I want to do more like a tips for buyers, sellers kind of thing. So people know, what are the steps to buying a home. So every week I'm going to have a video of different tips for people. And I'm going to market, obviously to list people that are sellers and people that are buyers. Right. And I'm also thinking about doing both in English and Spanish. That way my audience is even bigger.
Don't think about it. Do it. Because, there's the city of Houston, there's 50% of the population is Hispanic, and more than 75% of those don't speak English. But they still want to buy a house.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You if you can speak Spanish, I'm going to tell you to do everything you do in English, do it in Spanish as well. Have a Spanish website or a Spanish section on your website. Have 2 different YouTube channels or 2 different YouTube accounts, one English, one Spanish. 2 different social media, English and Spanish. Because you have to be able to get in front of the people that you want to be your clients, but if they don't understand you, that's impossible. Is there anything else that you want to do next year, marketing-wise?
Well, obviously the biggest thing I want to focus is video, but I also want to get out more in the community, participate in community events. That way people see my face as well. Not just digitally, but in front of them. That way they see that I bring something to the community, not just, Sandra's a realtor, but Sandra also helps the community as well. Giving back.
What about charitable organization?
Yes. Well, I do a lot of different community charitable organizations through my church. I also do it through my daughter's school. We did Toys for Tots this year, and I even volunteer for our community school as well. They don't really go to that school, but since it's nearby, I also like to volunteer there.
Awesome. So you said, or we said, that your brokerage was Walzel Properties, correct?
Correct.
You want to give them a little shout out and say something about them real quick?
Yes. I mean, Walzel, we're just a growing company. When I joined in 2020, we were about 1,200 agents, and now we are in a couple of thousand of agents. So a lot of people are joining. Yes. Really? And Shelly, she's just wonderful. She's always there for agents. Even when she's on a cruise, she answers, or leaves somebody to answer our questions. So it's great, to have a broker that is available.
Awesome. Awesome. So what is it about Sandra Cruz and your real estate business that you want everybody in podcast land watching this to know about you?
I want them to know that I always put my clients' interest, first. It's always about them. It's always about their needs. And I always try to get them the best deal possible, whether you're a buyer or a seller. I'm always going to try to get top dollar or try to save you on one way or another.
In my year and a half of working with you, I have also noticed that something that's very important to you is that you tell it like it is. You don't.
I'm very honest.
You're honest with clients.
I'm very honest.
Yeah, I make $13 an hour and I want to buy a $500,000 house. Ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, but I also, when I see issues in a home, I'm not just a salesman. I'm always looking out, especially when they're first-time home buyers, and I know they have limited funds. If I see there's something structurally wrong with the home, I point it out to them, which I think it's important.
And you'll help them with the getting the loan if they need to?
Yes, we start from pre-qual to closing.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So are you on social media?
I am.
Do you have a website?
I do. You can find me on Facebook. I have 2 different. I have a personal one, and I also have Sandra Cruz, Walzel Realtor. My phone number is 832-707-5055. If you want to text, if you want to call, if you have questions, I'm available.
And then what about email?
My email is vcruzrealty@gmail.com.
Do me a favor. Do everybody a favor. Spell Walzel real quick.
Walzel, Walzel.
I would have gotten that wrong. Give me your phone number one more time.
832-707-5055.
Okay, guys, this is Sandra Cruz. She speaks Spanish.
I do.
So everybody out there that's watching this that doesn't understand what I'm saying, you need to call her, okay? So she's a great realtor in the Fort Bend County area, Richmond, Rosenberg,
Sugarland Fulshire area.
There you go.
Yes.
Give them the phone number one more time.
832-707-5055. Y recuerden, hablo español.
There you go. Awesome. Thanks for being on the podcast.
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you for having me.
She did a great job. She was nervous. She did a great job. So if you guys need a great realtor, give her a call. You need to speak Spanish. She'll do that as well. We'll be right back with segment 2 of episode number 32 with Debbie Marin.
Thank you.
Can't wait. Hey, everybody, we're back. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. This is segment number 2 of episode number 32. Let's get into it. This young lady sitting next to me, her name is Debbie Marin. A lot of the podcast, she's going to be speaking Spanish because that is her native language, and she feels a lot more comfortable talking and speaking in Spanish. So if you don't speak Spanish, sorry. If you do, listen closely. So I don't speak Spanish, but she does. So this is Debbie Marin. She is with Walzel Properties, much like Sandra Cruz is, also from the same brokerage. And I met Debbie. You came to one of my CE classes, and you came up to me and said you wanted me to help you. And ever since then, we meet roughly every couple of weeks, and I help her with her marketing for her business. And she finally got her first listing, right? That she has right now. And so say hello to everybody in podcast land.
Hi, everybody. I'm Debbie Marin, and I'm going to continue in Spanish for those Spanish speakers. Mi nombre es Debbie Marin. Soy un agente de bienes raíces en el área de Houston y alrededores, especialmente el área de Sugarland, Richmond, Rosenberg, Katy. También he estado en las áreas de Pasadena y más on the east side, es al este de Houston. Así que en todas las áreas me puedes encontrar. Y estoy muy, muy contenta de estar aquí con Kevin. Thank you, Kevin, for doing this.
You're welcome.
Él es increíble, un awesome guy. If you're a real estate agent and you haven't scheduled an appointment with him, do it because you're going to learn a lot.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm assuming that you told them that where you operate and where you work and all that stuff? Okay.
Sí, correcto.
Correcto. I might learn something today. So can you tell everybody why you became a real estate agent?
Okay, empecé con mi carrera de bienes raíces después de analizar y pensar mucho. Siempre me gustó el tema de las casas. I always loved houses and go to model homes, and I also like sales. También siempre me gustaron las ventas. Y siempre soñé con tener algo propio. I always dreamed to do something like for me, independent.
Yeah, I don't mean to interrupt you, but tell everybody, you're not from the United States.
Well, I was born here.
Oh, you're born here?
Yes, but I grew up in Argentina.
There you go.
I left when I was 2 years old.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So you were born in Houston?
Yes, Memorial Hospital, yeah.
Nice.
I'm 59 when it was like this.
Now it's like
super
this.
little, yeah. But I grew up in Argentina, and I came back. I was a teacher. I'm a teacher originally in Argentina.
Another teacher turned real estate agent.
And I tried to do education here, and it was not for me. So I thought about real estate, and my husband said, yes, why not? And also I can stay home and take care of my kids. And I love helping people to reach their dreams of being a homeowner.
Their real estate dreams.
Yeah. So that's why.
Okay, good. How long have you been an agent?
Well, 8 years.
8 years.
8 years and a half. But I work almost like part-time. This last year, I've been starting to work more on my marketing and learning a lot from your classes. So I'm very happy. And I think next year is going to be awesome, the 2024.
Yeah, I think I keep telling people, especially real estate agents that are worried right now, and they're like, business is terrible and we don't have any listings or leads or anything like that. The last thing you can do right now is cry about it. Prepare for when it gets busier.
Exactly.
Get your marketing together, get your branding together, get your business together, get your ducks in a row. So when the market does shift back to where it's supposed to be, you'll be just like, yes, I can help you. Okay, thank you. Yes, let's do this, whatever. Will it be like COVID years? No, not in my opinion. That was just a fluke. But the market where it's at right now is not where it's supposed to be. There's a lot of factors that are causing it to be slow. As soon as those get ironed out, whenever that is, then the market will shift back up to where it was supposed to be, just like interest rates are coming down to where people are comfortable. So tell everybody what it is about, well, you said earlier, but being a real estate, what part of being a real estate agent is the most fun for you? Do you like buyers, sellers? Do you like doing leases more?
Well, I enjoy more helping buyers to find their house, their dream house. For me, it's easier. I love showing houses. I can show you all the houses you need to see before making a decision. I like the feeling of my buyers when they find the house that they really love. That expression in their faces and giving the keys. I really enjoy working with buyers. It's more like
Agents tell me all the time that they would rather work. A lot of them that have been in the business for a while would rather work with listings.
Yeah.
Because there's not as much work involved.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
But it is a little bit harder working with, in my opinion, working with the seller and trying to explain things that sometimes they think different, or telling them I'm the expert, I know the market, you need to do this. It's a little bit harder.
Yeah, they come into it with their own expectations.
Exactly.
And then you were like, no, that's not the way we're going to do this. And I understand. I get that. So what do you do marketing? What do you do with marketing to generate leads for yourself? And basically, in your short full-time career, you're trying to brand yourself and get out there. So what are you doing right now?
Well, thanks to you, you help me a lot. Gracias a ti, estoy aprendiendo mucho. And trying to work on my media a lot, posting media. Now it's a tool that we don't use that much from our generation that didn't grow with no crecimos con la media, so it's something new for us. So it's hard for us to make it a habit. Some people have it naturally, but it's a great tool.
Some people get paid to do it regularly.
Exactly, now. Yeah. But market in social media.
And then
having all.
What do you want to do next year, 2024, differently, marketing wise?
Well, I have a lot of stuff to do differently. Like my friend on the previous session said, working on the videos. I think that will be awesome.
You talking about Sandra?
Yeah, Sandra.
You can say it. She's sitting right there.
Sí, so trabajar en videos. I'm going to continue in Spanish.
Go ahead.
Hacer más videos informativos, informative videos. Help people to understand some terms, about real estate. For us, it's normal, but we say the words and they don't know what we're talking about. So
what she's talking about is educational videos that will basically let everybody know that she's the expert about several different topics. That's great. There's something else too that you and I've been working on that I believe is imperative to a real estate agent's success. And what is that? Your CRM?
Sí, eso. See, CRM, and you're helping me.
Yes.
Finally, I'm getting one. Yay, after 8 years.
She's got one. We're just putting it together now.
Yes,
so
and it's awesome. I love it.
It's a step-by-step process, but once it gets done, it'll be generating marketing and leads and keeping in touch with your database once a month.
Another thing that I will start doing a lot is open houses, because I found that I meet a lot of people doing. Actually, now I have a new buyer. Thank you for one of my open houses. Yeah, in my listing. Yeah, that I'm meeting tomorrow. So open houses, I think, is a good way also to meet new people and help.
So do you do leases too? Will you do leases?
Not that much.
Not that much?
No, I prefer doing buyers, helping buyers and sellers.
What do leasers turn into?
Sometimes, yes. Buyers.
There you go. What do sellers turn into?
Sellers, new buyers.
There you go. So just think about that. So I was having that conversation with an agent a couple of weeks ago, and she didn't realize that. Okay, well, I think I'm going to start working with leases.
Well, yeah.
Well, I'm not saying drive all over the city for a $900 lease, but if someone calls you and says, hey, I'd like to rent this house, and it's $1,700 a month, and you run their credit and all that stuff, and they can qualify for it.
Of course.
Put them in your database, because in a year or two when the lease is up, that's a buyer. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
What are some of your goals for 2024?
On my goals, well, working more in my marketing CRM and getting more out there, meeting new people, maybe get involved in, ¿cómo se dice? Cuando ayudas a la gente. when you help people.
Charitable organization?
Yes, I
Okay.
need to do that. I already
Yeah.
look a lot and the ones that I want to be part of it. So one of my goals is getting more involved in the community. So
All those things will help you brand yourself and get you more out there. So that's very good. So I hope that you'll continue on that path. What's one thing that you want everybody to know about Debbie Marin?
well, that I'm here to help. Estoy aquí para ayudar. Si están interesados en comprar o vender, particularmente en comprar casa y no saben por dónde empezar, quizás uno de los obstáculos es el idioma o tienen miedo o tienen preguntas, aquí estoy para ayudar. And I'm here to help. I like helping. I like to listen. Me gusta escuchar cuál es tu necesidad, qué es lo que quieres. Y bueno, y ver cómo puedo ayudarte a lograr esa meta, prepararte. Maybe you're not ready right now, but I can help you get ready for, you know. And
Help people prepare.
people
to become,
prepare.
be able to buy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Ayudarte a.
So are you on social media?
Sí, estoy. Yes, I am. You can find me. Me puedes encontrar como Debbie Marin, Realtor, en Facebook. En Instagram también, Debbie Marin, Realtor. I have a web page,
You do?
DebbieMarin.com.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
TikTok also, Debbie Marin Realtor. You don't like TikTok, but it's good. TikTok is good for
TikTok's good.
young people,
For young people.
future buyers.
I am old. And what's your phone number?
832-715-9673, 832-715-9673.
So just so you know, Debbie is the first guest I've had on my podcast, and this is episode number 32, that spoke predominantly Spanish. So congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Give me the phone number one more time.
832-715-9673. 832-715-9... Ay, me confundí. 832-715-9673.
Awesome. So Debbie speaks Spanish as well.
Yes.
So on today's podcast, you have your choice. Sandra Cruz or Debbie Marin. They both speak
Two
Spanish.
options.
They both can help you. Give them a call. Thank you very much for being
Thank
on the
you.
podcast. You did a great job. And
Thanks.
look at this, 13 minutes.
Woohoo.
So she wanted me to cut it short. She was
Yes.
so nervous in the beginning, but you did a great job. So thank you very much.
Gracias,
Thank you,
gracias.
Sandra, for being on the podcast. This is going to complete episode number 32 of Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. So I always want to thank Jennifer Spanisj, the area vice president, Caitlin Kornick, Devin Devin, Wendy Santana, and Adriana Alzate, our escrow officers in Richmond, Sugarland. You guys need title. The only title company you should be using is Stewart Title. There's a number of reasons why, but I'm not going to go into that on this podcast. If you want to be on the podcast and you are an agent or a vendor in the Fort Bend County area, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com, and I'll get you on the calendar. I'm already booked through April of next year, so you two need to get back on the calendar real quick, or it's going to be another year before you can get on. And we'll have this episode number 32 ready for you guys next week. So go to Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective on YouTube. Check it out. Check out Debbie. Check out Sandra. You guys have a great weekend, and Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Bye-bye.